Hello and welcome everyone to round 7 here at vrroom.org of the Honda Integra Touring Car Championship from Suzuka today. Please do catch up on the previous rounds 1 through 6 on the YouTube channel or @_DigitalDave. I'm going to be taking you through the entire race today. We're here at, like I said, wonderful Suzuka circuit, as you can see. It's a wonderful track temperature of 22 degrees here in the heart of Japan, with a total, quite a long circuit here of 3.61 miles, the longest straight being a quarter of a mile long, interestingly enough. Quite hilly, elevation difference of 131.2 feet, and it's a figure 8 circuit, so it has a flyover and the famous 130R. So I just want to catch up on my previous video and let's just see where the protagonists and where all the drivers are standing currently. So this is the current table then. We've got Billy the Stig leading on 61 points, we've got Jordan following up with 49 and DM in third with 46. Very close in 4th place with 45 points for Ginobili, and Maddock with 2 wonderful wins on 42 points, and Cool Rides on 40, so it gets better and better. So for round 7 it really is all to play for. I'm very excited about this one, so I think it's time to go down and do the grid walk and see where the guys qualified. So here we are on the grid then for the grid walk at Suzuka. So after 3 laps of hard qualifying, on the first row there we've got pole sitter and current championship leader Billy the Stig doing a very good job, and Yum Yum, who's going from strength to strength. You'll notice from the other videos I've pointed that out, is getting quicker and quicker, that guy. On the next row then we've got number 52 Ginobili, followed up by VRDMGH32, and the next row after that we've got a new colour for car 22, the man from Essex. It's Jordan there on the right, closely followed by Cool Rides. On the next row we've got a rather disappointing number 26 there from Maddock, rather poor performance to be honest with you, very unusual for Maddock, closely followed up in the silver car by Fabia. And on the slightly reduced grid today, this evening, we've got Hatcher number 4, followed up by Badger. Okay, so let's get straight to the race and see how it got on really. So here they are, revving the engines up then, ready to get going. 9 laps around Suzuka today at vrroom.org. Should be quite a close start. There's a lot of fast people in this field. It's slightly reduced grid, unfortunately. The brake lights are on, therefore we're going to get released in a moment. It's VR official 59 who is marshalling this one. Yum Yum's got a false start. Yum Yum just bogged down a little bit there, and he's getting absolutely nailed now by DM and Jordan going around the outside of him. So that's a very poor start for Yum Yum, unfortunately. But there's contact actually already. DM's pushed wide. We've got Jordan being pushed wide, I think, as well. Yum Yum's managed to get a couple of places back there. We'll have to have another look at that. I think let's just have a look and see what happened there. So a replay of the start, because Yum Yum did get that false start. So we'll get on board with Yum Yum. Started in second, a very good qualification from him. And let's just change that view and we'll go on his roof view. So you'll see him get the false start, he just creeps forward slightly. We'll have it in a moment, and then it will false start penalty him. Not much, but it's enough to enable the other guys to get up and take him. So we'll just wait for that release. This is a replay of the start for those of you who just might be tuning in. And there you go, there's the false start. Billy's got a wonderful start. Tyre smoking, Ginobili goes past. You'll see DM on the right and Jordan, I think, on the left. Oh, so it was a terrible start for Yum Yum, but he managed to get up. But there was contact, was it, with Maddock at the side there? And oh dear, he's gone off slightly and he's come on, unfortunately, and collected DM. And as you can see there, that's caused, and Jordan went off as well. So that's caused a lot of confusion at the start, but it means that Yum Yum does hold his position, and in the background we're going off. That's Badger going off. No, it's not Badger. I apologise. I'll come back to you on that one in a moment when I get the telemetry up. But what an interesting start to this round 7. Now Yum Yum running wide straight away. Cool Rides is going for that one. He's not going to let that one ride. So that's Cool Rides up. Now on with the leader through Degner for the first time now. It's Billy the Stig leading from Ginobili underneath the flyover for the 130R. It has to be said that Billy's driving very, very quickly nowadays, which is good. Good to see. So is Ginobili. It's a very strong performance from Ginobili here. DM will go over the side of... Oh, no, DM I think repaying the favour there. A little nudge on the inside of Yum Yum. And does that give DM the drag up the straight? I don't think it does. I think he's backed out of that. As we're watching Billy now approaching the spoon curve. Very famous left-hander, double apex left-hander. Very tricky to get right, but there is a big run-off there, so it's not too bad if you go off. However, if you end up in that vegetable patch over there, in that little bit of grass, you're a little bit screwed. So in the meantime, going back down the pack, we've got Yum Yum leading just from DM, and DM's going for the slipstream on the 130R. Will he back out of that? It's not the best camera shot. There he is, he's up alongside. Who's going to get round? It's not going to be a big mess. And DM has pipped him. Now he'll have to go defensive on Yum Yum, and Maddox there in the background having a bit of a wiggle and nearly losing it as we come to the Casio triangle for the first time, as you can see. So it's a nice big snake effect as they go around there. So lap 1 to Billy the Sting. Close, very close to Genobi. So let's just watch this for a minute. Genobi getting a massive slipstream there. So side by side on lap 2 now. I wonder if we'll get any yellow flags. It's not always a circuit to get yellow flags on this one because it's quite open, and with it being a slightly reduced grid, unfortunately, today, I don't know whether we'll see yellows at all, but rest assured that's why we have VR Official 59 in the room, marshalling this one for us, so if there is anything afoot, it will be dealt with some yellow flags. So as we go around the S-curves now on lap 2, I'll get the telemetry up. It's Billy from Genobi, from Cool Rides, from DM, from Yum Yum, from Maddox, from Fabia, from VR Badger, Hatcher, and it was Jordan going off earlier. I'm sorry to say for Jordan, supporting his new colours there. It was Jordan going off earlier, and that was on the S-curves on lap 2, I believe. Oh no, lap 1 it was. So a very, very unfortunate incident there for Jordan. Now, up the inside there, the battling is all behind at the moment. As hard as Genobi's catching, there was a lot going off there between Cool Rides and DM, and Yum Yum as well, keen to get his position back. So of course Yum Yum started in second place. As they're approaching Spoon Corner, DM on the inside, and Cool Rides turns in. I don't think he realised DM was going for that one, but Cool Rides has got the inside line now, crucially down the drag to the 130R. Cool Rides just got the one win, of course, sitting on 40 points at the moment. That's the guy that you're looking at there. Best rank first, and only one win so far this season. And then up on the inside, Yum Yum has gone. He's done what DM did to him on the previous round, previous little leg through there. So that's a very good little bit of driving. And there's been some contact. I don't know quite what happened there. There's been some contact there with. I think it was Yum Yum again and possibly DM, so they're having a proper little ding-dong this race. But there was a lot of action there going into the Casio triangle. So can I just rewind that a moment? So let's just have a look as they approach the Casio triangle. We'll go on board with Yum Yum and we'll go on the roof cam. So there's Cool Rides, he's going up the inside. Behind we've got DM and Maddox. So he's leaving Cool Rides enough room, but Cool Rides does drift wide. DM's got a nudge from Maddox, and that's bumped DM into Yum Yum. So that's very unfortunate. Very difficult place to go side by side, the Casio triangle, and you're always risking it. And I think that's just an unfortunate incident for Yum Yum. So terrible race so far for Yum Yum. Very unfortunate, but I'm sure he'll come bouncing back. He hasn't picked up damage from that, which is good to see. So back on with the leaders now. Straight up to Billy, still battling hard from Genobi, very hard from Genobi. So Genobi going through the S-curves on lap 3 of 9 here at Suzuka. If you're watching this for the first time, guys, and you like what you see, thank you first of all for finding us on the net. My name's Dave Higgins, and I'm sort of in charge of the paddock and doing the commentary here at vrroom.org. Please do check the site out, it's free to join. It's the most competitive motor racing action you can get on Gran Turismo 6 via PlayStation 3. So please do check us out. We have full racing damage, we race with no driver aids, and we pull some of the best talent on the game globally together. So all the rooms are fully marshalled as well. So and we run to full racing rules and full race damage as well. So it's the closest you can get to the real thing without actually doing the real thing. So meanwhile, back to the action. We've got Billy the Stig from Genobi, from Cool Rides, from DM, from Maddock, from Fabia, from Badger, from Yum Yum, and from Jordan. People missing, unfortunately, is PWH Racing. He's currently best ranked 7th with 4 points. Wonderwall, best ranked 9th, is missing unfortunately with 3 points. This is due to personal commitments. Race 42 unfortunately is unwell, so couldn't race. Race 42 will stay on 15 points with a best rank of 6th place. And of course the man himself, GT Mustard, is hosting the Racing Room 1, I believe, in the Cappuccinos, I believe it is as well. So unfortunately Mustard unable to come here. He's had to step into his VR official duties. Just for interesting sake, if Mustard does come back to this championship, he will come back with 26 points and a best place finish of 2nd in the championship. So we wish everyone there well, and we hope they can join us back for the next rounds. So Billy the Stig from Genobi have pulled out a nice big lead here. It's worth looking at the telemetry. So is Cool Rides, to be fair. Fastest lap of the race, as you can see, is Yum Yum on a 2:10, so he's really fighting back very, very hard. It's a very impressive pace Yum Yum's got, very, very impressive, and it's good to see him, because I think this is his rookie season as well, so it's good to see him fighting his way back there. So the gap to, from Genobi, should I say, to Cool Rides is 4 seconds. So it's a fantastic lead that these two guys have pulled out here. So is DM battling with anybody? I think he may well have, just behind him as we approach. Is that Degner? Yeah, we've got Fabia putting DM under a lot of pressure here. So it's DM from Fabia fighting for 4th and 5th on the circuit. DM back in the GT Academy overalls, or apparel should I say, which he switched out of by accident. You can see the leaders going up the road there, and Yum Yum is catching, you know. It's not going to be long doing that pace before Yum Yum catches up to DM and to Fabia. So it's got quite sparse now, it's got quite spaced out here at Suzuka. Not to be unexpected, shall I say, with a 3-mile circuit. But is that DM running a little wide there? And DM is, oh no, he's just managed to hold that. It was very touch and go for a moment. That's going to give Fabia the chance to give a little bit of slipstream, a little bit of an out drag on DM as we come down the straight approaching 130R on the 4th lap of 9. So very brave corner, this 130R, can be tackled flat out in these. A slight lift there I think from DM, but loads of understeer. He was putting a hell of a lot of lock on as he approached the Casio triangle, which is where the incident on the previous lap was with Yum Yum. So DM and Fabia getting round there quite well indeed. We'll just have a look further down the back. Badger is by himself and he's the last on track, so Jordan has dropped out unfortunately from this race. We've got somebody else dropped out, and I'll come back to you who that is in a moment. It's Maddock. Yes, Maddock, we have got reports that Maddock has had a disconnection unfortunately. And Maddock would personally like to thank Sky Broadband for their fully efficient service. And he really thinks it's worth paying all that money a month to receive this service. So a big shout out for Sky Broadband there, guys. Now, I hope I don't get sued for that. Of course, there are other broadband providers out there, and they're all equally as bad. So let's hoping I don't get sued there, as we see Badger coming off. If anybody does write to me, I shall certainly take this down straight away. Anyway, jokes aside, we better get back to the leaders. So Billy the Stig from Genobi is probably the closest battle on track at the moment as they approach the hairpin, just under the flyover for the 130R there. Fantastic corner that. Cool Rides is catching visibly now, and Genobi's gone for a cutback on the inside. I wonder whether he'll make that stick. Now Genobi's sitting on 45 points, no wins, but best place of 2nd at the moment, with Billy the Stig, our championship leader as you saw, on 61 points, with only 1 win to his name, with a best rank of 1. So he is going for his 2nd win of the season here, so it'll be 2 wins out of 7 races if Billy puts it together. So you can see, ladies and gentlemen, how competitive really it is. sorry for the big pause there, I was just having a slip of tea. So on lap 5 of 9 now, going round the Casio Triangle for the 5th time, just about to start lap 6 out of 9, so 3 laps to go, and it's all about these two guys here. There's nobody else really battling on track. Now Ginobili is quick enough to take this, and of course he's got lots and lots of slipstream whilst ever he's behind Billy. So Billy's doing a very good job of keeping him behind him. Ginobili, of course, is a very polite driver, so he won't go for anything that he's not 100% confident of. In a way, that's a good trait, to be honest with you. It's one that we could all copy. But does he give him that little bit of edge and that little bit of spark to make life difficult enough for Billy? Who knows? Only time will tell. So as they're coming up to the Dunlop curve now, we're on lap 6 of 9. You can see how close it is. You don't really need me to commentate you through this. You can see exactly what's happening here. Now Billy will be feeling a lot of pressure, of course, whether he's got the Ayrton Senna helmet on or not. He'll be feeling a hell of a lot of pressure at this moment in time, and Ginobili is just biding his time. Now it could really work in Ginobili's favour just to stay behind on purpose, just so that he gets that last little bit of slipstream on lap 9 as we approach the Casio Triangle, because if Ginobili can get the car ahead going into the Casio Triangle, then Billy will have no answer for it, provided Ginobili holds it through there, because it's a very hard and difficult braking zone. As they go around the Spoon Curve now. DM has come off in the meantime. DM has run wide. We've got reports there of him going wide at Spoon Corner, which has put Yum Yum and Fabia up there ahead of him, so very disappointing for DM. I do know that DM was struggling with pedal issues for this particular round, so he's going to be feverishly scratching his head very close there as we go around 130R. He's going to be feverishly scratching his head trying to get those pedals sorted for the next rounds, because he can't be driving with his brake pedal coming on permanently. So I know he's contacted somebody about it, trying to get something sorted out. So Billy the Stick from Ginobili, from Cool Rides, from Fabia, from DM. 2 retirements, which is Maddock currently, and Jordan. So Maddock and Jordan out of it. Jordan, of course, second place in the championship currently with 49 points, 2 magnificent wins, with the best rank of first, the other guy, I will get to that in a second, I forgot his name, which is Maddock, of course. He held 2 wins himself as well, sitting on 45 points, so that's not going to do their title chances any good at all. And with DM still running, DM will probably maintain 3rd place after this particular little opening gambit. The next 2 rounds I'm hoping to get up as soon as possible. They're going to be run at Taunton Ring, which always brings a little bit of a spark to everyone's eyes, because it's so tight and twisty, and then they're going to be finishing up for round 7 for round 9, sorry, at Grand Valley East, which actually brought a very, very close finish, if you remember, from the last season in the Integras, which saw, I think it was Cool Rides, DM and Maddock separated by 4/100ths of a second as they crossed the line. So we're hoping it's going to be a very good round there this time. So I think it's worth just sitting on the back of Billy's car just to see Ginobili attacking. Cool Ride's still holding in there in 3rd, and you've got to think that if Ginobili and Billy have a little bit of a coming together or slow each other down too much, very close to being rubbed, there's a little bit of the aforementioned, I thought that was a little bump draft, I'm not sure, I think he just pulled out just in the nick of time, but alongside him, you can see there, you should be able to see him on the right hand side appearing. Ginobili has got him round the outside. No, he hasn't. I thought he got him round the outside of 130R, but he might still outbrake him here into Casio Triangle, all of which is helping Cool Rides catch up. So this is very, very close stuff, and Cool Rides is visibly closer now. So if Billy and Ginobili keep doing that, I'm going to stick with this action, I'm afraid, because this is the only action on track. If Billy and Ginobili stick with this, then Cool Rides is going to be on them, and believe you me, having raced all of them, I do know that Cool Rides is very... You've got to know that on the outside he's not done it, you know. He is very, very, very clever and very, very polite, is Ginobili, because I thought he was ahead then, you know, I really did. It was very, very close, but Billy very brave for not backing out of it as well. A lot has to be said for that. I think maybe if I was Billy, I'd have perhaps given that corner up for the fear of just having that little bit of a touch. But both guys giving you a wonderful demonstration here of how to drive. It's very good. And there's Cool Rides. Oh, could we see a little finish here from Cool Rides? Now, we know they're all pretty much on song with each other, so it's going to be very close over the line. We've got 2 laps to go, and they're in the same screenshot. He is catching up. Cool Rides is on it. As we go around Degner for lap 8 of 9, this is hotting up to be a photo finish over the line. It really is. Absolutely superb stuff here. In fact, we'll give Cool Rides that little bit of airtime. You can see him there in the background. And it may be worth... now, we'll stick with this view, to be honest. But yes, he's right on him now. So it's 1, 2, 3, up towards the Spoon Curve now on lap 8 of 9. So we've got 1.5 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. So it's... Billy the Stig from Genobi from Cool Rides, all separated by less than half a second now. So it really is hotting up. What a fantastic race this is turning out to be. Superb shot of them going round and down the hill towards the 130R now. So up they go. As we see in Cool Rides, we'll be picking up a little bit of a slipstream from Genobi. So we're on with the leader again, Billy, Genobi, Cool Rides. And Genobi's been knocked wide, or he's slid wide, one or the other. That will play into Cool Rides' hands, and Cool Rides has got him on the apex now of Casio Triangle. So Genobi been knocked down to 3rd now. Cool Rides is going to pick up the toe from Billy with 1 lap to go now. This is getting far too exciting. I nearly spilled my tea, in fact. So... this is looking good. Genobi's dropped off, unfortunately, so it's between Billy and Cool Rides. This is a crushing shame for Genobi, but I just don't think he's going to be able to get back on them in the space of this 1 lap. He has dropped back that little bit, although having said that, he will get a double slipstream. He might try some of that aforementioned bump drafting as well, just to pull himself along if he can get to the back of Cool Rides. But what a race! What an absolute ding-donger! VR Official 59 was absolutely right when he spoke to me after the race, saying, you know what, Dave, this is a pretty good one. And it is. It certainly is. I'm excited to see what can happen now. Can Billy, who has led the entire race, can he, and pole position may I add, can he actually hold on to it? He's under mountains of pressure from Cool Rides. Mountains and mountains, and Cool Rides looks like he might be just going for that there. I've got to do this, I'm afraid. So we're on board now with Billy the Stig, the championship leader. Cool Rides and Genobi putting him under a lot of pressure. Genobi is just that little bit further back, and Cool Rides, all he needs to do is go for a little bit of a stamina dive, but he's already had that little bit of a bump, and Genobi and Cool Rides bumping each other as well. Oh no, and Cool Rides drifted wide. That's going to give Genobi the instant overtake there. That's such a great shame for Cool Rides. He kind of outbraked himself. I think he got a little tap from Genobi behind, and that pushed him wide. So it's Genobi back up again. Cool Rides isn't going to do this. Can Genobi nail this down into, as they go around Spoon for the last time, can Genobi nail this into Casio Triangle and down the 130R? Is he close enough? I'm not sure, but he will pick up a little bit of a toe there, so he might be able to get alongside as they come down 130R. He's getting sucked in. You can see visibly in the background he is closing and closing. We do know that little yellow car of his is very, very fast, but covering that tighter line is Billy the Stig. Well, where's he going to end up as they go through 130R? He's slightly behind. Will he make a little bit of a dive and an effort? Billy should close this off on the inside, which he is doing beautifully, so it's looking seemingly, as long as he holds it, like Billy's going to get the win. So it's Billy from Genobi from Cool Rides, and this is going to be an absolute humdinger over the line. Very, very well driven. Billy the Stig wins his 2nd win here in this season, the March season. So Billy just from Genobi pinging across the line, and Cool Rides. What an absolute ding-donger, ladies and gentlemen. Now, next down the line there is Fabia coming round in 4th. Yum Yum in 5th after a very disappointing race. And DM there with Damage, I believe, coming round very slowly. Yeah, I think he's given up on that one in 6th. So it really is all about Billy. Well played. What a fantastic drive from all those 3 boys there. That's superb stuff. So let's just have a look at a few of those highlights, I think. So just reviewing, it was a fantastic race. This is the opening lap, where Fabio was seemingly off circuit there on the inside of DM, and that caused a little bit of contact. So going to the next picture there, we've got Cool Rides and DM going toe-to-toe into 130R at high speed. Exciting stuff. Closely followed by the incident on lap 3, I think this was, where we all proved that 3 into 1 doesn't go, and unfortunately Yum Yum came off worse there, with Maddock and DM and Fabia close behind. Then side by side, Billy and Ginobili trying to overtake into the first corner. I think that was the particular lap where, you know, he really might have held that one on the outside, and it is possible to do it on the outside. And then finishing off nicely with DM mowing the grass and planting some vegetables up at Spoon Curve. So, I've been Dave Higgins, thank you very much indeed for watching, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I hope to see you all very soon.